So you have an unconscious T-Rex, mostly blinded, all frigged up.
All frigged up.
The hell are you thinking?
Well, we now have two options. We can either try to mount this beast for the bear to ride through the jungle. Can I do a medicine check on this thing just to
Sure,
see?
yeah.
That's gonna be 14.
Okay. What, or you just want to check on its vitals, so to speak?
Its vitals, its wounds, see what can be healed and what can't.
I mean, with enough magic, any of it could be healed. It is shallow breathing, unconscious, still bleeding. Without any sort of medical attention / healing magic, it will die within probably the next hour.
All right. So I will take the time to. I would like to, while it stays unconscious, I'd like to basically heal it up enough so that when it wakes up, it's like anything that would be detrimental to its progression in life. But heal his eyes up real fast. Get the. Be like, well.
But also remember to have his pet spayed or neutered.
Just take his balls home with us, though.
So are you using magical healing, or are you just mending, trying to medical this thing, or?
Its eyes are screwed.
T-Rex running around the jungle with 2 eye patches on. I'm a pirate!
I'm just curious if you're burning any spell slots on this.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll kind of do a combination of both.
Okay. Roll a medicine check for the non-magical healing.
Again, another 14.
Okay.
And then, I'll put 2 healing words on it.
Okay.
Is the breathing stabilized?
Yeah, it will survive.
And we have probably
you fixed
minutes.
its eyes. It seems more like it's sleeping and less like it's unconscious now. It still needs a lot of rest.
I'll head back towards Stormmane.
I'll follow in suit. Jorell's obviously got that done, and I don't want to be there when it wakes up and make it worse.
Oh, just leave me with it again.
Yeah, no problem, right?
Because leaving me alone with this thing obviously worked out well the first time.
How long would that all take? Minutes? Probably what? 1 or 2 minutes?
It would have taken. Well, I mean, the
However,
healing would have been really quick, but I mean, the medical, the non-magical
checking stuff.
healing, that would have taken 10, 20 minutes, easy.
Yeah, definitely not gonna let Jorell.
Probably
out
should
of
take
my
more,
sight.
but we'll just say 10, 20 minutes.
Mizr wouldn't let Jorell out of his sight, but
Yeah.
I'll be like,
sorry.
you had your fix of a dinosaur, I hope. Of course not.
No. We just have to find a more friendly one.
Then I'll be giving you I'll be giving you lessons about it as you see these big giant pointy things, as you and I both experienced. They're not fun.
I pull his teeth out so I can't.
That's just gonna go and spray. Oh.
I thought it would have been funny if you got the T-Rex to get the attention on you, since you had your armor activated, and then it bites you and just breaks all its teeth.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah, that's first what I was going for. Then he's like, oh, it's worked on motion. I'm like, oh, great. I can just lose in the woods. That'd be nice.
So you took damage and you took damage. I don't know if you guys want to do any of that fixing up. While this is all going on, while you're, after you all go back into the clearing there where Tristan is, I'm assuming Tristan comes out of the tree line. One of the T-Rexes, not T-Rex, one of the Triceratopses kind of moseys itself back into the clearing, like it's curious what's going on, and kind of pokes its head about.
Could I approach it?
Sure.
Animal handling.
Okay.
Nature, which one do you want?
Animal handling.
That's going to be 17.
Okay. Yeah, it lets you approach.
I do the whole like hand on the nose kind of thing.
It kind of almost purrs at your attention, and then sort of just ignores the rest of you. It sees the T-Rex is down over there, and it's kind of, like just being cool with, the four of you, but when it kind of notices the T-Rex is still over there, like, though unconscious, it quickly takes a step back, and then, it's not exactly a quick beast, it's a, giant lumbering thing. It slowly turns itself back around and starts to leave where it had just poked its head out from.
I'll just do that little, like, held my hand out, like, just my hand run down as it moves away.
Mizr looks on with sheer admiration. It was incredible! Barely able to contain himself, so he didn't scare it off.
Stay calm, be cool, be cool, be cool, be cool. And what are we doing?
Survival check. 23. This way!
Are you either of you doing anything about your damage before you start again?
I will drop a cure wounds on myself.
Okay.
I'll, is it me or is it ally? I should check that.
How much did you heal for?
What's my spellcasting ability modifier for cure wounds?
Charisma, I thought.
Charisma for paladins, yeah.
So 9.
I heal for another 22 points of healing.
All right.
Please don't do that again.
I'm sorry.
Don't listen to her, Jorell.
Who
It's
got
okay.
to pet 2 dinosaurs? This guy. 2 zip 1.
Mizr's like, what did it smell like in there?
What did it smell like?
I thought that was so gross.
Well, it was even worse after I cast the blight in its mouth. Poor thing.
It's gonna have gingivitis forever. Okay, yeah, you find, you pick up your trail, or you pick up the direction you need to go again, and
Hi ho, hi ho.
trail starts heading again. You all follow, I assume?
Worked out so far.
Grumbly.
Anyone that wants to jump in with any role-playing, or whatever, or let me know.
Maybe it's just muttering to herself.
For the future Druid friend, we may have better luck if we simply allow nature to take its course rather than jumping into the middle of it and trying to get ourselves swallowed. We may have more success on moving forward on the journey.
Well, I just didn't want our bear friend's first experience with dinosaurs to be as gruesome as it would have.
Or my next. Mizr says eagerly.
I say as I just keep walking, just like... If it is a sightseeing tour our bear friend wants to see, then it was a sightseeing tour, he will say. I just hope he's got a little bit out of his system, so that we can continue on to where we need to go.
There's so many different kinds to see.
Alright, so you're able to travel for most of the rest of the day without too much danger, as it were. You see several other species of dinosaurs, all herbivores.
Or small little ones.
Yeah, or small. Yeah, no deadly, threatening predators are encountered throughout the rest of the day. You're able to even get up and pet a couple.
If we come across any like watering holes or anything that has that, I'm gonna try to drink some water near one, stuff like that.
Sure. Yes. But the sun is quickly starting to set.
Alright, have we come across any place that at least has relative any rocky outcroppings or anything?
You encounter, as it's getting later in the day, there is a decent spot to make camp. It's not an ideal location, but you think it will do.
How many sides are covered by defensible positions?
One, but most of it's just been a lot of jungle or clearing. So one defensible side, or one cut off side. There's just this large rocky spot where there's like basically a few boulders and some rocky protrusions.
Alright.
As we start building camp, I do ask Jorell, where are you taking us? Speaking of.
Well, we're going to the mountain in the middle of the island.
Shall I climb and see if perhaps I can see said mountain?
Perhaps it would be better in the morning when there's more light.
Okay.
So, do we have any firewood gathered?
Who would like to look for firewood?
I can do that.
Survival check.
Any excuse I can to kind of wander off and see stuff.
Any excuse to wander off alone.
I do have a problem with, distractions, so that would be a 6 to get firewood.
He goes to get firewood. He comes back. I saw this dinosaur and this dinosaur, and I saw something that I think might have been a dinosaur or just a really cool looking lizard, and oh yeah, I forgot the firewood.
And I'll be back.
You can look again, sir.
That's a little bit better, 20.
He was not distracted this time. He comes back with some firewood.
Alright, we get a fire started. And anybody else want to set up? Oh, good. Everybody?
Not talking to you.
But anyways, I'll reach out. I'll kind of pace myself from kind of the rock out past the fire, and then point my finger in the air, and then you'll see a little spark. I'm like, "Oh, we're good. Everybody get some rest."
Everyone just go to sleep.
Trying. If Mizr will stop talking about all the things he's seen, but he's pretty much, hey Jorell, did you see what? Hey Jorell, I saw it. Hey Jorell. And once Jorell finally is, if at any point you're like, enough's enough, then I'll be like, after a minute, hey Tristan.
I'll humor you until you go to sleep.
Yeah, he can probably outlast me. I'm probably exhausted from the night before too, so eventually I would talk myself to sleep.
Let's stay up on watch.
I assume that was an alarm, right?
No,
What was your spark?
He lit the fire.
Oh,
No.
I thought you put some kind of an alarm spell or something that told you to go to sleep.
No to both of you.
No,
I put a sphere that
oh
nothing
yeah,
from the outside can see inside.
Oh yeah, the
And we have
concealing.
advantage
that's
on
right,
any
yeah.
any checks for anything. Basically, to the outside
I
world,
figured
we
you
don't
said we were
exist.
safe enough to sleep.
Do
so.
you communicate this?
Well, if no one, if he didn't ask, and no one's
Well,
talking to
we've
me,
seen you do it a few times in some capacity.
no,
I
I
don't
just
remember
picked it up
something
now
before.
Yeah,
because
it's new.
it's Santa.
Nice.
Yeah, he's Circle of the Dream Druid now.
Mizr just trusts
I'm a dream weaver.
So he sets in a bubble that basically makes it so like you guys aren't here, and doesn't tell anyone.
So, staying up on watch.
Tristan stays up on watch.
So
So
it's been super grumpy with me, so I'm just gonna keep to myself. I want to talk to people who talk to me. Which is the bear.
I'll wake up and I'll trade off.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm Neriah up for next watch.
So I'll get to you, Jorell.
sound like he's Tristan doing this all by himself all night.
Yeah.
All right. You are able to get through the night unmolested. No one attacks you either. But I'm done.
Did you expel any spell slots last night?
Probably feels like he needs to keep a hold of them just in case.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna start to get comfortable.
We're not in a safe position to, because it's not being attacked during the night, so I want to have the slots for it. We're not somewhere where I can just burn all the slots at night and just be good, like on a ship.
Yeah, and be safe, you know. I was not sure if you were going to do the zappy zap or not. Anyone doing anything in the morning?
And once we're there inside, we'll climb up to one of the bigger trees and try to see if I can see if we're in the right direction, how far off it is, try to put some eyes on the
Make
pyramid
an
top.
athletics check to climb up the tree.
What the heck? 8.
You climb up the tree a little bit and then fall down.
I hate trees. They're so slippery.
Would you like to try again?
No. As
Must
I'm
be
too
the goo from
embarrassed
that
to, like,
tentacle
bite it.
still. That's it.
And it's long rest, so
Long rest,
she
yeah.
has lots of hit points.
Yep. You have all recuperated.
Alright, yeah, so I'll wake up refreshed and invigorated. And then I will go find a lovely little creature to speak to.
Neriah. I don't know if you know this or not, but something's been staring at you guys for a while. I don't know if it can really see you so much as it just kind of senses your presence. It's at your 9 o'clock. About 60 feet off.
Make a perception check for me.
What's 9 o'clock? Clocks haven't been invented yet.
What does that mean?
It's to your immediate left.
18.
18.
Oh, I see.
Having been given a precise pinpoint position, you look, and about 60 feet off, you see what looks like the top of a dinosaur head, but it's camoed in very well, like coloration-wise. And it's just, it doesn't look like it's staring at you so much as it's staring in the direction of you guys.
Okay. I'll alert everyone.
It's a 30-foot bubble, I think.
30-foot
something-
bubble.
Yeah.
I alert everybody.
Oh, don't worry, it can't see us. At least, till you go out there.
How far? Mizr says as he
Has
takes
to
a
do.
step.
Oh, you have about
toward-
30 feet before you step outside my bubble.
On the other side, you just see hand, no hand. Hand, no hand.
Mizr will go about 15 feet, keeping it, safe. Trying to see what he can see.
Does it look threatening?
Yes.
It does not appear to have friendly intent. You want to go and try to peer over to, you said? Okay, make a perception check.
Getting a little bit closer.
I'm assuming she's kind of pointing it out to you so you can roll with advantage.
Oh, good. Hey, that'll work. 17.
So yeah, you see, it looks almost like not really being a dinosaur
Of the ones I've
You
seen
know,
today.
It
guy.
looks like a bird type thing without feathers.
Kind
It's
of like a
smaller
small
version of a
T-Rex.
Jorell. Oh, and as I say Jorell, I stop and did you hear me? Because I don't know if it can hear sound through this, so.
It just keeps kind of doing what it's doing, just looking very. You see, when you squint, because it's 60 feet out and it's camoed in pretty well, but it has these yellowish, reptile eyes, and you just kind of looks like it's slightly
Jorell.
like it knows something's
Can it
there, but
hear
it
us?
can't see it.
do I see this thing?
Yeah. At this point, you guys.
What, do I
No, right between this leaf and that leaf.
I'm like, Jorell,
do I
can
know
you hear us?
what it is?
Roll
Job
a nature
picking
check.
it out, Neriah.
It's a mini T-Rex.
Clever girl.
Oh, it's almost a 14. And now it's almost 16, now it's an 8.
I tell him it's a baby T-Rex.
Between what you're able to see and what those with a better have gotten a better look at it described, you assume it's a raptor. I mean, D&D, Allosaurus, Velociraptor, basically the same thing.
Would I know that it's a pack animal?
Make another nature check for me.
Same thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you've heard of a raptor, you know they're pack animals. So even with a low roll, you know.
Have you seen any more?
I'll look around. Maybe
Yeah.
even can I
Perception
get
check?
any scent on it? Because that would be better than my eyes anyway. So I'll try to see if I can sniff any.
Sure,
rather
yeah.
than
Roll perception.
Smells like dinosaur.
9
Can I give you my inspiration?
to advantage it.
Sure.
Should roll magical if we get inspiration. It's less.
Aw.
Well, shouldn't he now get a second roll instead of just?
He just rolled a second time. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he rolled, and then she's like, "Oh, inspiration! Shouldn't he get two like a fresh
Yeah,
inspiration
that's fine.
roll?"
Yeah. Roll.
Yeah, I love it. Way to go, Jorell. Sweet dice. 3.
Nope.
Aw.
His inspiration got.
I think that's the only one.
I'm inspired to smell nothing.
Looks like that's the only one, Jorell.
Well, I highly doubt that.
I can get the drop on it. Mizr says as he kind of like puts his bad foot ready to jump.
No, don't do it.
How far away?
60 feet.
60 feet. Please don't.
Relax.
I'm gonna outrun the raptor.
Stand at ease. Back in, I'll take my 15 feet to go back to them and await.
Tristan doing anything?
Well, we have one thing we can see that's typically a pack animal. If it doesn't look like it's hurt or it's looking in our direction, then it obviously has spied us. Either there's more, or this one is seriously retarded.
Looking up, we could take to the trees.
If it stood up better, you'd see its little arm.
Oh, then we should probably...
strong arm.
This one must be retarded.
Oh, we should probably go help the poor thing then. That's how they lure you out.
Should we take to
You've
the
fallen
trees?
for my trap.
The,
You thought I was helpless.
the velociraptor's out there.
Wait, I've seen this before.
I've seen giants fall for this trick.
Are the
It's-
trees close enough that we
it's a
could
trick.
take to the treetops
Get an
and
axe.
slowly?
There are trees within the radius of his bubble, yeah.
Could we take to the trees? Mizr likes to climb. Looking up to see if there's any kind of route away from them, or so we could completely skirt around the raptors.
You know what? What spells do you have?
Do I have? I have Misty Step.
What spells do you have?
Oh.
What spells do you have?
Smite, Lesser Restoration, Magic Weapon, Moonbeam, Misty Step, Shield of Faith, Thunderous Smite, Searing Smite. That's it.
Smite.
Misty Step.
I feel like at one point you had something that would have worked here. Good thing I decided to swap it out over the night.
What?
Speak with animals.
I can do that naturally.
Oh, you can do that naturally.
As a
'Cause
Oath
he's
of the
a-
Ancients.
Because he's a
Oath of Ancients, yeah.
Oath of Ancients.
I thought you can do that, or is it the other new? Is it the circle of?
Holy crap! I can speak with animals.
I know. I'm sitting there going. What,
Mizr's like,
I just realized I took speak with animals, and I'm like, I vaguely remember we spoke to a raven, and like who was doing like it was like JR. Like I took speak with animals. Like JR literally spent the first session like speaking with every animal he possibly could, and he hasn't spoken with animals since. And I'm just like,
Right when I was.
It must be
talking to
Circle the
rats and stuff.
Shepherd, I think, that
Damn
can
it.
just speak with animals
Good
all
point.
the time. Yeah.
so,
That's the one I was thinking.
so why don't you go ahead and give it a shout?
Shout.
Let us know
It hasn't seemed to notice our noises, right? So going toward the edge,
It just seems very suspicious in your direction.
I'll kind of stick
Just-
my head out of the bubble.
Let it know that A, we know it's there, and B, we know it's most likely not alone.
And in some way, I will let it know that my pack, like start to go outside the bubble so I can see enough, and say, fear it off, whatever, scare it off. My pack is behind me. You'll find nothing but death here in animal.
So you stick your head out of the bubble and talk to the
The raptor. What's up, yo?
So the second,
Actually, it's more like hi.
the second even like a speck of your fur starts to pop out of the bubble, its head raises up.
Hello. And just the head. I'll make sure it's just the head floating there.
You should do like this in the bubble a couple times.
So
I'll
what do
pull
you
my head back.
So you just say like hi.
Yeah. Initial greetings. Hello.
Food.
No food here.
Food!
The emptiness speaks back.
I'll kind of stand up on both feet because I might even be taller than it, and then step out. And
Yeah,
say,
I mean,
I
like
am
tail
not
to
food.
snout, it's probably about your height, but you're standing up, so yeah, you tower over it.
So then I'll step out, so I'm
ground
not
to
just
air.
ahead, and I'll say, I am not food.
Brothers, food!
Step back in. Do that Homer Simpson back.
I'll just be like, so,
They just want to eat us.
lovely. Well,
I was expecting. I was like, hello, I'm Mizr. Hello. He goes, hello. She goes, how are you?
Fine? How are you?
good day for a stroll.
Can I help you? No. Good.
There are more of them, I do say.
It is staring like you walk back into the bubble, but it is staring right at you. Like you feel like it's staring deep into your eyes.
Step to the side a couple steps.
Yeah, I will move off. Is it?
It's following you.
So it knows that I'm in. Okay.
Every now and then you see it lift its head a little bit, almost like it's trying, like, and you being a scent-based creature also, you're like, I think it's following my smell now that it's identified me. Now, just to make sure that I'm, like, on the mechanics of that bubble, is it just sight and...
Okay. The Mizr
I wanna
knows
make
what,
sure that,
Mizr
like-
knows what he's doing here.
Seems like
No problem. It'll all work out.
I think I want to say it was sight and sound, like you're muffled.
Yeah, touch a point in space. Magic. Sphere of magic appears centered on that point. Total. While in the sphere, you and your allies gain +5 bonus to stealth and perception checks. Any light from the open flames aren't visible outside of it. Sphere vanishes at the end of the rest or when you leave the sphere. So, let's go for help guard your respite. You touch. So yeah, basically it just
So
like.
basically it's just bonusing you guys to, like, hiding and stuff like that, so...
So it's like the light. So while we're inside, like visibly nothing's there.
Mm-hmm.
Not even like a light from the thing, but beyond that, yeah, just it gives us a bonus to stealth and perception because if nothing's aware of us, it's probably not gonna be like.
Yeah.
Mizr will drop a moonbeam on it. See if that won't be enough to scare it away.
Let's see what Tristan
Oh,
was
sorry.
gonna say.
No, I was pull out my crossbow, load a bolt, and like, so this won't disrupt the magic shooting out, will it?
No, it goes away if I leave.
So
If we take away its ambush, it may.
Deal down, yeah. Basically, I mean, it knows we're here. You hit it, it may just wind up running off.
It's ambush versus ambush. Yo, dog, I heard you like ambushes.
So moonbeam and crossbow bolt come out of the.
On 3, 1.
I want to be
2.
actively looking, like, not,
Watching your
like,
sidelines and
just,
stuff.
yeah, everywhere
Okay.
else.
I'll do that, too.
I'm probably ready
Stop our flanking.
my crossbow as well.
Roll to hit, and you don't roll to hit, but I roll a con save.
Yeah. And if you fail, it's half damage. It pretty much lets it know that we know it's there and takes away all of its ambush and advantage in its eyes.
I mean, I'll chuck a fireball, like a little, like, I'll chuck a flame thing at it, be like, shoot, go.
Produce flame.
Produce flame.
because once I see it, we would coordinate.
I
it
think
as
that's his
best as
30-foot
possible.
range.
Oh, 30-foot range?
I think so.
Well then. Never mind, I'll just juggle that flame. 'Cause I'm like, if one gets within range, I'll just slap it on the nose, be like, no!
Bad dog.